Well, my name is Perry Nickelston. I'm from the United States, in New Jersey via Virginia. And I like to think of myself really as a life changer. So I started as a chiropractor many, many years ago, and then I got involved in human movement to try to help people change their lives, feel better, move better, just enjoy life without pain. And that's been my mission ever since I came into this game. Because to me, it's play. I mean, it's not work for me, it's play. I love it. Well, I grew up in Virginia, so I'm a southern boy in the United States, so you'll hear an accent come out every now and then when I really get excited or I get nervous. So I'm excited, I'm not nervous here talking to you. And I moved up to New Jersey when I was 14 years old. Yeah, so I've lived all along the east coast of the United States my entire life. So I have a mixture of the U.S. and Jersey accent in New Jersey. Oh, well, I remember it like it was yesterday. So my father died when I was young, at 13. He had cancer, and I saw him wither away. This guy who was everything to me. He was strong, he was powerful, and he whittled away to nothing, and he ended up passing away from a brain tumor. And I fell into a depression and a spiral, obviously, right? And I took it out emotionally. I just started to eat and be reserved, keep into myself, and I became a very shy, overweight, introverted kid that hated himself. And I came across Arnold Schwarzenegger's autobiography. My mother actually bought that for me. Pardon me. So my mother was remarried, living up in New Jersey, because my parents were divorced. And she got that for me, hoping it would kickstart something inside of me. And I saw him on the cover. It's that iconic cover with just the sky behind him. And I read his story of how he changed his life and how he felt about himself through picking up weight, getting stronger. We talk about strength matters. I mean, that's one of the reasons why. It changes everything in your life. So I just started lifting weights. I went down to my basement in the garage. It was cold. I had a cement weights that Joe Weider made. I had a bench held together with 2 screws. I'm lucky I'm not dead. And I started to lift. And as my body began to change, I began to change how I feel about myself. And then I noticed the world around me started to change. People started to treat me differently. But I realized ultimately in the long run, it was because I felt different about myself. And then everybody responded to that. So it wasn't so much the aesthetics, that was awesome, but it was the strength that I built from within. And then from that, I'm 49, it's my birthday yesterday here, and it's been since that age of now that I've never stopped. It's part of who I am. So I was training and I got into it hardcore, and I crossed over to get into the world of bodybuilding at the time. And I was young. I mean, I could do anything, and I was invincible. Not so much. So I would go harder, faster, stronger, longer. And I remember to this day, I was doing a squat, and then I felt this click in my back, and I'm like, that's not good. I know it's not good. But I kept going because I'm young and I just want to look good, and you don't feel things when you're young. And I herniated a disc in my lower back, and the next day I could barely move. And luckily, through just rest, that went away. And then I'm like, okay, great. Well, I'm just going to go back and do the same thing again, right? And then I herniated it again like 6 months later. And this second time, it didn't come back so fast. And then from there, I was like, you know what? I need some help. So I went and saw a chiropractor who my training partner recommended. And the chiropractor worked on me, and after a few sessions, I could walk again, I could move again. I'm like, this is really amazing. So it was the first time I ever started to connect, really taking care of my body outside of just trying to make it look good. I wanted to feel good and perform good. So, I didn't even think about becoming a chiropractor then at the time. I just went back to doing my thing. And then later on in life, I was very disheartened at what I was doing. I felt lost. I was about to get married and have a new life. And I thought, you know what, maybe I could do this because it's something that inspired me. So I went and said to my chiropractor, hey, do you think I could do this stuff? And he said, of course you can. So then I went back and I'm like, you know what, that's what I'm gonna do. So I became a chiropractor. I graduated chiropractic school in 1997 from Palmer College of Chiropractic in Davenport, Iowa. Got out, and it was awesome because I started to do things for others that I had done for me. And then that spiraled into working. It brought me back into the world of health and fitness because that's always been my second home. So every single one of my offices have always been in a gym environment. That's where I feel the most at home and where I can communicate with the people that I grew up around and with, because I live their language and I speak their language. And then I know they need, this was when I got into it, think about how many years ago that was. And even after all these years have passed, people were still doing it like I did. Like maybe it'll just go away, I'll just keep going. And then I've been able to transition that over to help them. It's been awesome.